stubby skaggs, and I'm a master gardener who loves to dig in the dirt. But I also like to have fingernails. But my problem is that all my gloves look like this. So my garden tip today is for you to put a little piece of cotton in the fingertips of your gloves. It will not only allow you to dig in the dirt, but save your gloves too. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Pam Mink. I'm a master gardener from the Hardin County Extension Office here in Kentucky. And my gardening tip is I use a small wheeled garbage can, and inside the garbage can it will hold 2 bags of the 64 quart potting soil, and I keep a pair of gloves in there and my scoops from my potting soil. And this helps me wheel my potting soil to any location that I'm working in my yard. If I have large pots that I'm filling that it's difficult to move, I can put the pots where they're going to go and fill them, and I don't have to worry about moving them. Plus, this keeps my potting soil stored all year round, helps keep snakes and other animals out of my potting soil all year. And it's very convenient for me to use. And have a good day. Bye.
Hi, I'm Joni House Webb, and this is my gardening quick tip. If you are like me and start lots of seeds every spring, but you don't want to invest a lot of money, this is what we do, because we usually start 40 plats of seeds. I get from my neighbor 24 bales of straw. I line them up end to end. It's probably hard to tell on this. I put 11. I put 1 on each end, and then 11 more. So it looks sort of like a fort when you were a kid. On the bottom, where your ground is, I put black plastic. Now once I've got my seed starters in there, then I've got a bunch of old windows, and I put them on top of the straw. So your bale of straw is about this tall. So you've got all of that insulation all the way around. I keep watering cans out there because they're going to need a drink. And if it's a warm day and you know it's going to pour, cover it up, because a hard rain is going to make your seeds just jump out of there. And if it gets warm and it's a nice day, you can vent it. Sometimes I take the windows completely off if it's really hot. And then when it's safe to plant, May 10th usually, I always check the 10-day forecast before then to see if we're good. I take them out. I've got plants that are generally this tall, and I plant everything. Now this is my vegetable garden here. This is my sunflower bed. And so once I've taken all my plants out, in my vegetable garden, I take the straw bales apart, and I use those in the pathways, and I mulch the veggie beds with it. And then I plant my sunflower plants in here. I don't ever use seed for sunflowers. I always use the plants that I start. And then I use the leftover to mulch around my sunflower plants. Nothing is wasted. And so then I just put the windows back in my lean-to until next year. And that's my tip.
Julia Thomas, a Hardin County Master Gardener, and I just want to demonstrate to you one of my favorite things because like all Master Gardeners, our favorite places are in our yards. So when I come out of the house, if I'm going anywhere in my yard, I want to do my grab and go garden caddy, and this is what I have. So I have my favorite tools, which 2 of these have been gifts from fellow Master Gardeners. These are 2 of my favorites. This one I use all the time. Of course, you need these to cut back things that won't pull out of the ground. And then I have my handy dandy scissors for cutting back. I always have my gloves and goggles to protect my eyes because I'm always hitting myself in the face with the plant, and my tie backs. And so one of the tricks that I use this for is because if I'm cutting back a plant and it is a diseased plant and I'm worried that it may transfer to another plant, I always have my Clorox wipes with me. So, and if for some reason I don't have time to clean it right then, these tools are all on the back side. So if I use them and I think it's a diseased plant, I'm going to move that to the front side so that when I get back, I can clean that with my Clorox wipes and that way not transfer disease. So that's just one of my gardening tips. Hope you enjoy it. Happy gardening.
Hi, my name's Ed Seward and this is my root puller, Polar Bear. It comes in real handy for removing those unwanted shrubs like burning bushes. It adjusts from next to nothing to 3 inches, and it has 4 holes here and 4 holes here to put wood bases on to improve your leverage so it doesn't sink into the ground. So how do you use this root puller? Unfortunately, I'm caught up on removing shrubs, so I'll show the setup on an old fruit tree. Okay, here's the adjustable gap. Unfortunately, the fruit tree is more than 3 inches. So you get a good grip here. This has to go on the ground, and you try to get to pivot on this. Normally, it's a matter of pull once really hard for a little bit in one direction, then pivot the root puller to where opposite where the roots appear to be binding. Set it up again, and then pull again. Not the greatest demonstration because normally with the shrub, the roots come up instead of the tree breaking. But again, this was an old tree.
Hi, my name is Debbie Skaggs, and I grow a lot of lavender, as you can see. I use the lavender for cooking and for making sachets or soaps and to make lemonade or tea. And my garden tip today is how to dry lavender or herbs. All you have to do is to put plastic or a towel down in your back seat of your car, lay some newspaper, and thinly lay a layer of herbs or lavender down in your car. Make sure the windows are rolled up, close the door, And in a day, your herbs will be dry, and your car will smell fantastic too.
Hi, I'm Kathy, one of the Master Gardeners at the Lincoln Trail area Master Gardeners, and I'm going to show you a T-bar extension. I use a T-bar extension to make my farm fence an extra, about 3 feet taller. The way it works is on this end of it are 4 prongs that fit on to, leave out of the way, Bear, the T-shape on the top of one of the posts on a farm fence. It's really helped me because obviously the deer can jump over this very easily, and so it's taller, and it also works because the electric wire that goes to the solar charger can go around the garden and over here to the other side of the gate, and then back around the garden and connect over here. So that way I don't have to worry about having wire in front of my gate. And it works. It keeps the deer out, but it slowed the raccoon down. The raccoon didn't eat my corn quickly. It did eventually eat it. And of course the squirrel figured out that it can go through the fence a lot of places. But I was able to harvest about 75% of my corn. So that is my tip, is a T-bar extension, and you just Google T-bar extension and you can find them online. They're not terribly expensive, and you just pound them in with a rubber mallet on top of your already existing farm fence pole.
I'm a Master Gardener with the Lincoln Trail Area Master Gardeners. I want to give you a couple of my tips, the things that my favorite things to use in the garden. First is the soil knife, or a hori-hori knife. This is the one that I use, the latest and greatest that I found. Has the sharp serrated side on here. This is sharp, has a ruler, so you can, and it's very sturdy. You can dig. I do 95% of my gardening with this one tool. But if you need more tools, this is the bag I use to carry all my tools around. You see, I'm fairly organized. Had the scissors, and over here, just lots and lots of bags. This is a tool bag or something like that. And then I have the things I'm used most often in this bag. That keeps me a little bit more organized, so you don't have to run back to your garden shed 900 times to get your tools. So that's my tips for the day. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Janet, and I'm a Lincoln Trail Area Master Gardener. And today I'd like to share with you one of my favorite things in my garden during the summer is my mailbox. Not only is it a beautiful piece of garden art, but it has a multi-purpose. I keep all my favorite tools in here so they're quick and handy, ready to get to. The mailbox helps keep them clean and dry through the summer. You can decorate your mailbox or you can leave it plain, but whatever, I'm sure you would love it.
Again, and I have just another little gardening tip that I'd like to share with you. One of my favorite things in the spring is to put out my annuals, and so this is one of my favorites arrangements. So I have a metal, I don't know if you can see the metal in here, and I push it down into my pot, and then I plant my mandevilla. It's a really, really small mandevilla when I plant it, and it wires up. This is what it looks like in September. And then I have put Mexican heather at the base, and then you can see my diamond frost kind of adds color to it. And then I usually put 2 of these up here on the deck, and they kind of almost join each other by the end of the season. And we really do enjoy them because it's such a vibrant color. And that's another gardening tip. Hope you enjoy it. Happy gardening.